Welcome back to Cardiac Sports with Jim and Brandon. We are back. We are alive.
Yes, there is live. There's a pulse. There's a pulse.
Yes.
Been away for a few days, guys. It's been a busy week. Welcome back, Jim. Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. And since we've been gone, we haven't had the opportunity to congratulate first off the UCLA women's basketball team. That was a beautiful, great win. I did not see that coming. I mean, would they beat them by 28 points?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I could be wrong with the number, but they made them look like they just didn't belong. And it was just a great all-around win. They played great. First win for the women's basketball team in their history. So that was great. It was really nice. I was excited for them. Like I said last time, I just hated the time slot, Easter at 12:30. But I still had it on, watching it at my brother's house.
It was a stunner. Complete stunner.
Yeah, it was nice.
I got to tell you, we didn't touch on it enough, but I thought the women's tournament was really good.
Oh, it was
Really
great.
good. I mean, it was a lot of shockers, like, Utah beating Utah. South Carolina beating UConn in the women's was already like, oh, snap. And then they got surprised by UCLA, so that's pretty darn exciting.
Yeah, it was
pretty darn exciting. And hats off to the Bruins. And good for you, Jim, being a Bruins fan.
Yeah. And also congrats to the Michigan Wolverine men's basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
They have some pros out there. They're long, they hustle. UConn, man, they put up a great fight though. You can't be mad at those guys. They hustled. There was some shots that didn't fall in for them. In Michigan's history, this is barely their second championship, which I found pretty surprising. Their last championship was 1989, and that team was led by Glenn Rice. You remember Glenn Rice? He had 31 points that game. But do you know who also was on that team? They didn't play in the championship game, but you know who else was on that team? 19 Wolverines? Rob Pelinka.
Get out of here. I would have never guessed that.
Rob Pelinka is the Los Angeles Lakers GM, for you that don't know. He was also Kobe Bryant's agent. But yeah, he was a freshman that year. Although he did not play, he does have a NCAA championship ring. Rob Pelinka, a.k.a. Rob Lowe's stunt double.
Yeah, they always say that. So let me ask you something. This is a bad joke here. Did this championship for the men's basketball team, does it make up for this?
No, not at all.
For those who aren't watching the video, I did a timeout sign. I'm poking fun at Chris Webber. Chris Webber, love you. The Fab Five. That was a legendary basketball team that, because of that snafu, for those who don't know, Jim, you describe it better. Tell them about the timeout by Chris Webber.
Chris Webber went to call a timeout, but Michigan Wolverines had no more timeouts left, and that basically cost them the game. Who were they playing? Was it UNLV running Rebels they were playing? I'm not positive.
It's funny.
On that.
We remember that. Don't remember who they're playing. I even saw the documentary of the Fab Five, and I can't remember. Who they
don't remember who they were playing. I want to say it was UNLV, but I could be wrong on that.
Let me see.
Yeah, that was a great team. That was such a great team. I'm surprised they didn't win multiple championships.
North Carolina.
UNC. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
They use UNLV teams. University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Sarkisian.
Tarkanian.
Yeah. Who's Sarkisian?
He's a football coach. He's the Texas Longhorns coach.
That's who it was. My bad.
The guy that was stumbling around drinking at a frat party when he was the USC coach.
Yeah. I got my Armenians mixed up.
Armenian
coaches.
Yeah, Jerry Tarkanian, man.
Tarkanian.
With the sweat towel on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a bad dude, man.
Yeah. That Chris Webber Fab Five, boy. Everyone thought they were going to take it. They came up shorter than Danny DeVito in the morning.
I mean, Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, Jimmy Jackson. Who else was on that team?
You're missing. You're definitely missing one.
I'm missing two.
You're missing two. Big
Yeah.
man, Juwan Howard.
Juwan Howard, who was just Michigan Wolverines head coach. Was it last year or 2 years
I believe
ago?
so. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but man,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
they looked
Juwan
amazing.
Howard, the only one to get an NBA championship ring, I believe, with the Heat. I gotta look it up. I could be. Let me see.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think so. I think
Jalen Rose didn't get anything.
In the Juwan Howard, he was a passenger. All due respect, I think he was with LeBron and Wade.
Yeah,
I think he was probably the last one to retire. Let's see, hold on.
yeah, that team was something else, boy.
Something else, and
yeah, it was something
major
else.
upset that game.
Yeah,
if I recall, I was like 18 years old.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So hold on, I'm looking at. He played 2-time NBA champion. Yes, with the Heat, my friend.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Jalen Rose doesn't have anything, huh?
Nothing.
Interesting.
Jackson, nothing. Weber, nothing.
Yeah.
Outside of the Fab Five, I don't even remember if anyone else is drafted. You're more of a college guy than me, so I don't think so. But
yeah, I don't remember.
And Juwan Howard, yeah, the only one to get the rings jingling and jangling in the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but hey, my tip the hat to both schools. Beautiful wins by both.
Mm-hmm.
And on that basketball note, we have NBA playoffs getting ready to start. The last game of the season, I believe, is this Sunday, April 12th. 82 games came and gone like that.
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Yeah,
friend. Because you're a glutton for punishment. you just like it. You're a masochist. Did you have any money on the Knicks Celtics?
No, I haven't.
Nothing. You
I haven't
decided
done
to be
anything.
smart not to touch it.
And I haven't done anything in about 2 weeks.
Tonight was the night.
Yeah, I haven't done it.
Not on your boy Jalen.
Well,
you know who was the man, right?
No, I haven't even looked at
who
the
do you
box
love
score.
on the Knicks for being a non-Knick fan? You love Jalen for some reason.
I
understand
like
why.
Josh Hart.
That he was the man.
What did he do?
He was the man. They both came through in the clutch. And before we got on, he was in the post-game show. So let me see.
I'm looking at it.
I did not get to watch the game today, unfortunately. Yeah. Fortunately, but unfortunately. But I did catch the Yankee game, which I wanted to drive into a wall.
Wow, this is pretty crazy. So Josh Hart had 26 points. Okay, he can go off and get points if he wants to, but he's not the offensive leader on the team. This is the shocker, though. 1 rebound.
I was just about to tell you that.
One rebound.
He's your rebound guy. He only has 1 rebound, which is his strong suit.
Yeah, because he likes to go over there and mix it up. So I guess he just seen that opening. So the Knicks look like they spread the ball out really good tonight because they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in double-digit scoring, and they had to take advantage of that because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also by the Celtics, and Jaylen Brown did not play tonight, so he was his left Achilles is so the coach sat him. So the Knicks needed.
You believe that?
You
believe it was bothering him, or was it just an excuse
honestly,
to say?
I don't know, because I do believe it. The reason I do is because the Knicks are on the Celtics' heels, and they need these victories. Them losing, the Knicks are what, 2 games behind the Celtics left? With what? How many games do they have left? Both teams? They have, let's see here. They both have 2 games left. They both have 2 games left. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tomorrow and Sunday. And that's it. 2 games left.
And they're not resting. They're playing to win.
So if the Celtics would have won, the Knicks wouldn't have been able to catch them. The Knicks, if they go on,
it would have been out of reach. What you saying?
Well, they're 2 games behind.
With
2 games left.
Would have made it 3, and it would have been the season.
So they would have. Okay. So I mean that was
yeah. There you go. You
I
answered
mean,
my question. I believe
either way
it.
you cut it, the Knicks are in the playoffs, and as of right now, the Knicks would be playing the Atlanta Hawks. So
They beat them the other night, which was needed.
yeah, so there's that right there. But and then that's over there on the Eastern Conference. Over here on the Western Conference, although the Lakers are the
I
4
love that.
seed.
I love your snicker. Your snickers are never good news when you snicker like that.
No, because the Lakers. To somebody who doesn't know anything about basketball, I can come in and say, "Hey, yeah, the Lakers are the 4 seed. Man, they're in the playoffs, huh? They're gonna make it." Yeah, these guys they're driving on hubcaps. They're driving on hubcaps.
They still make hubcaps? I know the thing exists.
Are their rims? They're driving on the rims of the car, I should say. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, they're playing the Houston Rockets, who are what? They're on a 11-game win streak right now, I believe.
Knicks are part of that win streak.
I mean, they're. Oh, okay, so the Lakers and the Rockets have the same record right now with 2 games left. It's it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Houston's gonna probably pass them, and
They'll fall
either
to
way,
5.
what's that?
They're gonna fall to 5.
Yeah, but either way, okay. So all that would mean was they'll still play each other, but now Houston will have home court advantage. So, I mean, either way, even if the Lakers have home court advantage, I mean, Rob Pelinka, now's your time to shine. Put them shoes on. You're up, kid. No Luka, no Austin Reeves. LeBron's, I mean, he played good tonight, but
age and attrition. Although I to be in that kind of shape at that age, it's still remarkable what he's doing at his age.
It is. It is. But these kids, it's a wrap. Just put like I said last time, let's just OKC, San Antonio, let's just get it on.
Question, Luka status. You hear anything?
No, I heard he went over to Europe for test and things like that.
Goodness, that's an expensive
I honestly
doctor
think,
appointment. Holy, that's an expensive doctor's appointment.
Yeah. Well, you know how that's what they do. Like, remember when Peyton Manning had his stem cell surgery and all that with his neck when he's having those neck problems? I mean, he went to Germany for that. So, I mean,
you're talking to a guy for arthritis treatment. Go to Mexico, so
yeah. See,
I guess. Yeah.
See, you travel.
I'm not even in that tax bracket.
Yeah, so. You travel abroad to do your stuff also.
Travel abroad. Yeah. 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hour exactly. Exactly. But
Tijuana.
Yeah, we got playoffs, NBA playoffs coming up. It's going to be good. It's going to be exciting, but not for the Laker fans. Tell you that right now.
You're not optimistic whatsoever?
No. It would have to be a whole, and I honestly, I've been saying I don't think Luka's as injured as they're making it seem. I think because, like we talked about last time on an episode, he scored 600 points in the month of March. They pulled Luka out 3 games ago. I think it's pure rest. It's pure rest.
He's exhausted.
600 points. You guys seen what he was doing? In a span of a couple of games, he put up 60 points, 50 points, 40 points, 40 points. I mean, he was just,
playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Would you at least say, what are they saying? I said it the other day. It's the hamstring? Or calf? Hamstring, right?
Yes.
Would you say hamstring's bothering him just a little bit? He was playing through it, and then for precautionary reasons, they're saying he's injured?
Possibly.
Because they're not going to say rest. They're not going to say that.
No, because they're focusing too much on that with load management and all that.
That's like you said, it's too much of a focus, and that's only going to get negative press.
So, like, I don't know if you've seen it when he went down. He wasn't touched, and that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. We don't know how somebody's body's feeling. You've seen the turf monster in football. Get people all the time. Same thing with the hardwood. Your sneaker skids out on the hardwood floor. it turns your knee. Your foot tucks under you. You see guys roll their ankle all the time, but I think this is a rest move. Now the Austin Reeves one, they said 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know I don't know. I can't call that one, and I'm actually surprised. I'll be surprised if that one is a load management one also, because he's up for contract. And they're talking about he could possibly get, 40 mil a year. The big guys now are making in the 60s now. But, you hear 40 million a year, you're like, man, but that's not even that's mid grade now.
Yeah.
So, but he's up. So we'll see. He's, we as a Laker fan, we need him also. We need
it's not just Luka. Yeah,
all these guys.
Both.
LeBron, right. Austin Reeves. I mean, just everybody, I mean,
you have I call this your St. Louis Rams face.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Mark Bulger days.
Yeah.
That's your face right now.
Yeah, those were rough years. Those
were hard times. Years. Hard times.
Losing that Super Bowl in 2001, and then from that point on,
all downhill from
with no brakes, not even an anchor, not even an anchor. Shoot. But so that's coming up. Also, I wanted to touch on a little bit of baseball.
Please, I got a lot to say.
So have you looked at the stats at all yet? The standings?
Yeah, I got them up right now.
So it's pretty interesting. So you see what the hot division is right now in both conferences, both leagues. If you were to go through it, who would you say is the hot division?
It's not. Well, it's definitely not mine. It's not the AL East. The Yankees have the best record, and I'm not impressed, but we'll get to that later. Not AL Central. Definitely not AL West. It's not NL West either. NL Central.
Yeah, look at NL Central. The bottom feeders are the Cubs right now.
500.
Yeah, they're 6-6. I mean, it's that division is okay. It's only 12 games, but it's only separated by 2 games, to where your division is separated by 4, 3.5, and
I'll tell you right now, since you just mentioned it, yes, separated by 4 in terms of AL East, from 1 through 5.
Yeah,
that can go away like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I say that because numbers don't lie, right? Is the old adage.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what Brandon says?
What's that?
Doesn't always tell the whole story.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
This is the whole story. You know why the Yankees have 8 wins? For the most part?
Why?
Pitching.
Okay.
They're not hitting. They are not hitting.
Okay, but this is how I like to break it down. If you go on if you look at the standings, right? You have your wins, your losses. Are you in the standings?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now click on wild card. You see wild card?
Yeah.
People, we're on an app called The Score. This is my favorite sports app. It breaks things down really easy.
It's his Bible.
Yes. So, okay, you see where it says wild card?
Let me. I was just on the game. I wasn't in the
just
MLB portion. I'm here now. Okay.
Okay, so click on standings.
Mm-hmm. I'm on standings. I'm on wild card. Yeah, I'm here now.
No. If you slide over and you go to runs for and runs against, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look at the differential in that, you go down. Yankees have 26 run differential. The closest, if you scroll all the way down, closest is what? The next team has 5. The run score is 5 runs.
Right.
But the Yankees have a 26 run differential. They're scoring runs, bro.
Yeah.
That's
you know what's bothering me? I haven't missed a game yet. I've watched every game so far.
Yeah.
Right?
Me too.
this is what's frustrating. I thought the first two series of the season
Yeah.
out west,
Mm-hmm.
they were good.
Yeah.
They were good. Still, and I'm still, you know how we are. I'm still yes, it's April. It goes both ways. I'm gonna say yes, it's April. If you're undefeated, I'm gonna say it's April if you're in last place. It is April.
Yes.
And all that means is things could change. Injuries. There's just so many variables. You could
Mm-hmm.
finally get it together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So many ways you could
Yeah. The
swing
way the
that.
standings look right now, at the end of the year, it's
It
not
can
going to
be
look like that.
polar opposite.
Yeah.
So they were good in so many facets. And I'm starting to believe, let me go back and look at the standings, because I'm starting to believe now that what they did to the Giants, that the Giants just aren't good.
The Giants are in last place.
There you go. So now I'm not even feeling good about the series now, because the Giants don't look like they're good. So, but once again, it's April. What I'm saying is they were good in many facets. Pitching, first and foremost. I still have nothing bad to say about the pitching. There's a couple of pitchers I feel like a little shaky, could get it together. Challenges, they were perfect. They were perfect on the road. Homestand, abysmal. Oh, especially offensively. We keep running out of challenges. I keep getting the helmet taps from our hitters, and they're wrong. They're wrong. I'm like, oh, come on, man. So they're frustrating me with that. That just means I'm questioning your eyes now. You don't have good eyes because you're losing challenges.
Yeah.
Right? And they're just not hit the bottom of the order is dreadful. Judge hasn't gotten it together yet. He just hasn't gotten it together. I'm not worried about him because he's Aaron Judge. He's not going to be like that all season. Is he going to be MVP? I don't know. I don't know what he's going to be yet. But he's
Well,
not
like you
gonna be
said,
bad.
it's April.
Yeah, he's not going to be bad. I know that. I don't need him to win another MVP. He just has to not be bad. Right now, he could he get there? He's gonna get there. But
Well, I mean, so if you look at his stats, he's batting 244. He has 10 hits, 3 home runs. All right.
how many strikeouts?
How many strikeouts? He has 14 strikeouts.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Already?
I mean,
Come on,
14 in 48 plate appearances. But and then let's see here. So we said 244. We go over here to the league leaders. Let's go to the AL 244. He is Aaron Judge right now. Oh, that's everything. We just want AL. Let's see where he's at. Yeah, he's not even in the top 20 right now.
Yeah, he's not leading in anything. If he's leading anything, mess around, he's going to be leading in strikeouts.
Yeah.
And once again, runners in scoring position, they're not. They're not looking good. Am I panicking? Absolutely not. But I'm not going to get up on here and tell you, oh, Yankees are good because they're 8-4.
Yeah.
This series was a joke. You know who was the one game they won? Ahmed Rosario was the hero. They won. I forgot 5. I got to go back and look at that game. I think they won 5-3, and 4 of those runs is because of Ahmed Rosario.
Hey, well, I mean, at least he stepped up,
I mean, and to be fair, it's not always going to be your superstar that's going to win the game. I mean, who was the hero for the Dodgers when they won the World Series? It was Rojas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he tied it.
I don't see a single person with a Rojas jersey in Los Angeles.
Yeah, he definitely tied it. Will Smith hit the winner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you want that. You need your unsung heroes to be the hero. So I'm not mad that it was Ahmed Rosario and not Stanton.
It was 5-3.
5-3. So I was right. Okay, so but they lost yesterday. Okay, today was a rumble match. Jim, they didn't get one run. They lost 1-0.
Yeah.
Come on. Like your pitching's keeping you in the game.
Well, and so they did have it was a really, really bad game today. They only had 1 hit.
They were getting no hit through 6.
Yeah.
Maybe even 7. but they were getting no hit. And then it looked like, okay, they showed life. There was a walk and then a single. And then I think runners advanced to second and third. I think this was the seventh or the eighth inning. Can't remember. They didn't capitalize on that. And then they went to the ninth inning, game over. And it's just like, they're like I said, they're not exactly what the record shows.
Well,
you know?
I mean,
do I sound negative? I don't think so. I'm telling you what I see.
Yeah,
I'm telling you what I see. I'm not gonna get up on here with my pinstripe pom poms and tell you, no, everything's gonna be all right. Everything could be all right. Like I said, it's April. The April thing goes both ways.
Yeah,
they got a good series coming up.
50.
Tampa Bay Rays. They always play the Yankees good.
Yeah, your division rivals. Yeah, all the time.
Always. They just have the secret sauce, man. That team is a turnstile for talent. It just.
Yeah.
It's how the A's used to be.
Hey, Blake Snell.
Yeah.
Tyler Glasnow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they'll lose these great players, and guess what? They're gonna get somebody else. Remember Terrence Crawford?
Yes.
Terrence Crawford?
Yep.
He was a Dodger at one point.
Yeah.
He was from the Rays.
Yeah. Played on the Red Sox also.
Yeah, they have the secret sauce of just getting talent.
Yeah, they're called the MLB Farm Team.
Yeah.
They are the MLB American Idol.
And both Florida teams.
We test
both
you out.
Florida teams. Yeah. Hey, may he rest in peace. What was the poor kid's name? The Cuban kid that died in the boat act? Hernandez or Fernandez?
Fernandez.
If he didn't die, what uniform would he be wearing? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? He wouldn't be a Marlin.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be a Marlin.
Don't do drugs on boats, kids.
Jeez. Sad. That's a sad story. That's another story for another day. Tomorrow, so Luis Gil comes back for the game.
Okay.
Let's see what he can do, because he was injured majority of last season. When he came back, he wasn't quite himself. You miss a whole season as a pitcher. You don't really have a spring training. It's hard to come back in full force, just like we don't know what we're going to get when Garrett Cole comes back.
That's going to be interesting.
He missed a season and change.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting.
So that's going to be something to look out for. But yeah, Luis Gil versus Steven Matz. Good pitcher.
Yeah.
2-0. 2-0, but check it out. 2-0, 4.09 ERA.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm looking at it.
He got the wins, but
10 Ks.
Yeah.
3 walks.
Only 3 walks. Yeah.
But
we'll see.
He gives up runs.
He gives up runs because that ERA, 2 games, man. He's out 4 already. Holy smokes. Man.
He let me see here. 10 Ks, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 1 home run. Yeah. It's gonna be a good matchup. Well,
this is gonna be a good series because right after Luis Gil, we go back to Max Fried and Cam Schlittler.
Yeah.
Which we need these guys for this series.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling good, but you gotta hit, bro.
Well, got to hit. Like we started off with the baseball talk, a 26 run differential. Mm-hmm. The next team with the most amount of runs, 5. So although they had a bad day today, oh well. Yeah. It's how you bounce back out of it. 26 runs. They have 21 more runs than the next team. So they're putting
what's the Dodgers run differential?
The Dodgers run differential.
I mean, they still got the best record in baseball. It should be up there.
It is.
Especially, what was in the game? They put up like a 15 burger.
Yeah, that was on the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Blue Jays, my goodness, they're in trouble. Give me that run differential. I'll tell you about the Blue Jays.
The run differential with the Dodgers is 34. But the Milwaukee Brewers are at 24. Atlanta Braves are at 34. Let me see who else. The Mets are at 13. The Rockies are at 10. That's crazy. The Rockies are they're at plus 10 at 6 and 7. Plus 10. Yeah, but it's just so crazy the way this works.
Yeah.
Cincinnati Reds. Remember I was telling you about them. Yeah. So Milwaukee Brewers are 8. Okay, Dodgers are 9 and 3. Brewers are in second. I'm looking at wild card at 8-4. Braves are 8-5. But in the Central, the Reds are right behind the Brewers at 8-5, and their differential, their run differential, the Reds -2.
It's 2.
-2 at 8-5. Because I mean, all it takes is a big game like a 14-2. You know, and that was one game, and then you can go on and win a bunch of games like 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, low scoring games. But
you could afford to have the low scoring games because you had the game like the Dodgers. The Dodgers got 34 because they had a game where they put up a 15 spot on the Blue Jays.
And but they've been scoring. And remember last time when we were talking, I was telling you about Pajes. He's having a really, really, really good game. He's leading right now with his average overall in the majors at 413. He's leading with hits. He has 19 hits.
Right.
He's been, and then the last game of the series against the Blue Jays, he goes out and strikes out 4 times. We lose the game. So crazy.
That's a crazy thing about baseball.
Yeah.
I was thinking, let me ask you something. In all the American team sports,
yeah,
at least offensively, I would say offensively more than pitching. Do you think baseball's the hardest sport to be consistent? The only reason why I say that, they play the most games.
Well, and not only that, with football, it's the same quarterback, it's the same plays. With baseball, it's a different pitcher each day. So
in football, they don't rest players like that.
No, because
for the sake of they don't rest for the sake of. Yeah.
But baseball, it's a pitcher. It's a different pitcher every day. The only time you'll get the same pitcher, and it might be for an inning, maybe 2, is when you get a bullpen guy. But, you have a guy come in and his last game, he could have been lights out. This next game, he's just not feeling it. He might have had a bad day at home, a bad day at the hotel, bad phone call, bad food. There's so many different factors. Him and the catcher might not be on the same page.
And your pitching staff could just have a bad day overall.
Yeah, it's
because there's been scenarios. Let's just say the team comes up first inning, they give you 6 runs. Pitcher, you're sitting pretty.
Yeah,
you still wet the bed.
Yeah,
and gave all that up. You gave up a 6-run lead already, and really for your offense, they, for lack of a better term, shot their load for the rest of the game. That's it. That's all they're going to give you today is that 6 runs that you got at the beginning of the game. They're not going to give it to you for the rest of the game because the opposition's pitching staff settled down after giving up 6 runs.
And see, so to me,
it's so many variables in baseball.
To me, baseball is the most frustrating sport, especially, okay, I brought him up earlier, Blake Snell, who is a Dodger now. He won a World Series with the Dodgers, but he also lost a World Series to the Dodgers in 2020 when he was on the Tampa Bay Rays.
Wasn't his fault.
The game he was pitching a masterpiece.
Dealing.
He had the Dodgers just strikeout, ground out, strikeout. What happens? They pull him out of the game. The Dodgers, they come back and win. How many times have you seen a pitcher, a starting pitcher, he's throwing a gem? A guy comes in, multiple guys come in, they just give up the ass. It's over.
Yeah.
They can't handle it.
I said it. I told my wife when they pulled him out, I'm like, that move just cost them the World Series.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing?
You see it all the time. You see it all the time.
It was the opposite of 2003 ALCS. Grady Little leaves in Pedro Martinez just 1 batter longer than he should have.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the reverse factor of it.
It's the reverse factor, exactly.
Yeah. They're throwing a gem. Guess what? That shoulder's getting a little tense. That elbow's getting a little tense. That wrist.
More batter.
And you know what's so crazy? I get blisters all the time. I work in the construction world. I'm always doing stuff. I hardly ever wear gloves. I should be wearing gloves, but I don't. With a pitcher, blisters. It's just so crazy. they get a little blister, and most people, they're like, it's a blister. Come on, get through it. Man, that
For
changes.
pitching, that's like a broken arm.
Yeah, it's the changing of the rotation. It's
Because what people don't understand, you have people who criticize baseball. They don't understand baseball is one of the most scientific sports.
yeah,
The physics of baseball. You know, how you rotate the ball. So a little thing like a blister, like someone who doesn't respect the game, what a sissy, he can't play because he got a blister. Like they'll mock. They don't get
it changes the
what
game.
a blister on your throwing hand could do for a pitcher. You know, like you messed up his whole arsenal of pitches. Because the way he throws a four seam, a cutter and all that, it's all messed up now because the gripping, you can't. You have a blister on your index finger or your middle finger, you're not gonna feel things the way you would normally feel it.
Yeah.
So how can you grip it, right? Especially if it hurts.
Yeah, and then you have to wait for the new skin to come in.
Because then you're gonna get the callus part.
Yeah. And then
where pain's not even a thing.
That's why they're always filing it down.
Yeah, it's not even when you have the callus, it's not even a pain thing. It's you just can't. You're not really feeling. You understand?
Yeah.
So there's, when I hear people that criticize baseball, it's like I'm not even gonna have this conversation with you because you're criticizing something you don't understand.
Yeah.
Why do you think you and I don't talk about wrestling? Because you don't understand it.
No, I understand it. I just don't watch it.
You know what I mean? Like understand it. People go, how can you break down wrestling when it's all predetermined? No, there's more to it than that.
Well, speaking of that,
it's a hard thing to do.
I was just hearing the other day, I can't tell you the names, but it was two female wrestlers, and I guess another wrestler attacked one of the females and she hit her in the head.
Yeah.
And they were saying,
you're talking about Stephanie Vaquer hit Liv Morgan.
Yeah, they're saying that's the biggest knot they've ever seen on this person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like you get hurt.
Well,
it's predetermined, but you get hurt.
That's why when people do say wrestling's fake,
it's the F word. They don't like it. That's pejorative for wrestlers.
So it's a soap opera, okay? There is a script, this and that.
It's a scripted sport.
But I want to see you who thinks this, I'm just speaking in general, this person that thinks it's fake, all right, go do a backflip off the turnbuckle and land on this other human being. And let me see how that works out for you.
And to be fair, that's not a trampoline they're getting slammed on.
Yeah.
That's not a jumper.
Yeah.
I've covered wrestling as well. I've been in wrestling rings. There's a reason, when they do slams, you ever notice is usually, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get into a wrestling thing. I was just making a point when I said this is why we don't talk about wrestling, because if you don't understand it,
suddenly we're talking about wrestling.
Now we're talking about it, But real quick, we'll get back to baseball. The center of the ring is the softest part. Why do you think they try to do most of their slams there? It wasn't until I think the early 2000s, I could be wrong. Jagoots, you're listening? Go check that out. Leave a comment. They were using boxing rings first. Boxing rings have no give. No give. Imagine getting slammed on a boxing ring. Boxing rings weren't meant to get slammed on.
Yeah.
They're just, if you fall. And there is a cushion under the canvas. You know how thick the cushion is? It's probably like the insole of your shoe. It's nothing. Anyway.
Interesting.
Back to baseball.
Interesting.
It's WrestleMania season, guys. So I'm feeling the fever.
This guy's fired up, folks.
I'm fired up for WrestleMania.
Yeah. He's gonna try to DDT somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just glad WrestleMania didn't land on Easter. You thought you were mad about it?
No. You know who would have been mad? Your family. Sorry, kids. Dad's not here. He's at WrestleMania.
You're seeing last year, right there where I'm at. Right where I'm sitting is my TV. To the right of me, I'm watching WrestleMania. Everybody's having dinner and everything. Guys, it's WrestleMania. I'm so sorry.
It was on Easter last year?
I felt like it was, but it wasn't. What it was, we were throwing a birthday party.
Some kind of event was taking place.
Yeah, there was something happening. I think it was a birthday party for my niece. I confused it with Easter.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, well, the house is yours. I'm going to be here watching wrestling.
Yeah, don't bother me.
Yeah, that's what that means. Anyway, back to baseball.
Yeah. So I wouldn't worry too much. I wouldn't worry too much. Like you said, it's early. Anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't even like, so that last game that the Dodgers played, we were winning 3-1 going into the seventh inning. And, one of our pitchers, Jack Dreyer he just gave it up.
Sounds like a play I'd made up.
No, it's a real player.
Oh, it's a real guy.
Okay. Yeah, he's a real guy. Fred Dreyer.
That does sound like a Brandon original, right?
Well, Fred Dreyer.
Oh, that's definitely something I would have made up.
No, that's a real person. You know who that is?
It definitely sounds like somebody I would have made up.
You know who that is, though? Remember that show Hunter? And he also played on the Rams.
Okay. All right. You ever faced Jack Stedman?
Twice.
Jack Stedman shut him down.
Yeah. That's funny.
But before we wrap, bro, because we're at the 45-minute mark.
Yeah.
I just want to touch on the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
Blue Jays, no bueno, bro. They're missing like 4/5 of their rotation.
Well, yeah.
Santander's not playing.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, all these teams are going to go through it at one point or another. Get your injuries out early, get them out of the way.
Like the Dodgers do. Dodgers, like, we get hurt now. By October, we can not have a rotation, but our bullpen's going to win the World Series. We cannot have a bullpen, but our rotation's going to be the bullpen and win the World Series. Anything's possible.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice luxury.
Mm-hmm. But and this is the best time to get hurt if you're the Blue Jays.
Early.
Yeah.
Early.
You got time. They got time to get it together.
Yeah.
They have time. But
yeah,
like I said, I'm not worried. I don't get worried. I get annoyed.
Yeah.
It's just like, look, I can handle a loss. Like my wife when Yankees lose, my nephew, my son, when the Yankees lose, they're like, the sky's falling.
Well, you also have been conditioned over the time.
That's what
because you've been a Yankees fan way longer than they have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it comes with the territory, because you know how I used to lose my shit with the Rams. I used to want to fight everybody. Now I just stay indoors.
Yeah. Well, the first thing I tell my family, like, you're not mad. The game's over. You know what I do? When they lose, I change the channel. I don't have to watch the post game. I saw the game. I don't need to talk about it anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I watch the post game after a loss, it's because there was an injury that happened.
Yeah.
And I want to know if there's an update on that.
Yeah. I don't take losses like it's the end all be all anymore.
No,
I don't.
Channel changes. Let's watch the King of Queens or something. You know what I mean? Something that's not even sports. I need to regroup and enjoy myself now. And they go, how come you're not? My wife still wants to talk about it. She wants to do like Tony Soprano talking to Dr. Melfi, right? And she was like, you're not mad? I was like, I'm not mad because I don't want to talk about it. I get my mind off of it. It's like, you also got to remember, I'm not a front runner, although I'm a Yankee and a Giant fan. That pennant behind me, I'm a Knicks fan. Never saw a championship. So I am conditioned to handle adversity.
Yeah.
You're conditioned to handle adversity, man. You didn't see your Rams win until you were a grown man.
Yeah.
That was against the Titans, right?
Yeah.
First time.
9.
Yeah. So that, like, you're conditioned for that.
Yeah. But, it comes with the territory. Speaking of that, only 16, this is some NFL talk. Only 16 players that are being drafted will be in the house in Pittsburgh for the draft. And Fernando Mendoza is not one of them.
He's going to be home.
Yeah, he's going to stay home.
He's going to be home.
So his mother cannot travel.
I was just about to say that. Her health isn't well.
Yeah, so he's going to stay home. And, good for him, man.
That's a testament to his character, though.
Yeah.
He's a really good kid, man.
Yeah.
He's really a good kid.
Yeah.
If anything else, whatever happens to him, however his career turns out, whether he's good or a bust, he seems like a wonderful kid.
Yeah. He Yeah, he seems like a really nice person.
I mean, I say this a lot. You hear his smile. I never like you just listen on the radio, him in an interview. It's like you could tell he's smiling.
Yeah, he's he's that guy, which is cool.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But speaking of that, the draft is this month. It's going to be April 23rd, 24th, and 25th. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
Well, you're going to wear Rams underwear?
I got them on right now, buddy. I'm prepared. As a matter of fact, that's them hanging up on the wall. I ironed them out. Big draws. Yeah. Big draws. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to, I'm really looking forward to seeing where the kid, Love, the running back from Notre Dame.
What whispers are you hearing before we get out of here, man?
As far as him?
As far as who's interested and who could pick him?
Everybody.
I mean,
everybody.
I hear the Giants get tossed around a few times.
Everybody. The other day I was hearing the Titans. If he better hope he doesn't go to a team that does not have a good offensive line. Because, example, look at the Raiders last year. The Raiders had what was the kid's name? Their running back. What's his name? I'm drawing a blank here. The running back that was just drafted last year. Oh my goodness.
All right, I'm gonna just Google it.
Yeah, I am drawing a blank, folks.
This is the times like this I wish we were live.
Yeah.
So we get a listener, just text me right now. Yo, bro, it's this. You know what I mean?
Well, damn, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name.
Ashton Jeanty.
Oh yeah, Ashton Jeanty. He is a good running back.
Mm-hmm.
He was terrible last year. He had 900 rushing yards, which was good. That Raider offensive line was so crappy. I mean, their quarterback was sacked 56 times.
So, do you think, that being said, you think Geno Smith will be significantly better this year with the Jets?
Jets do have a better offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he'll get sacked that much.
Was horrible.
Yeah,
he was horrible.
But 56 times, the poor guy.
Yeah,
you know,
he led the league, right?
Yeah. I think somebody else tied with him. As a matter of fact, you
don't want to compete with that. You don't
no. You don't want to be the leader in that
competition. You don't want to be in.
No, but listen, the Raiders are starting to do good things. They started building their offensive line where it counts from the inside out with getting
Kubiak,
Linderbaugh. Yeah, they're having a guy come over who was on a Super Bowl winning team as an offensive coordinator. His dad is an NFL guy, Gary Kubiak. He was John Elway's backup.
Yeah,
the Broncos. He's been in the league as a coach. So he has plenty of support, and that's a team that I'm very, very interested to watch to see how they play.
Yes. Also, your wife's a Raider fan, then?
Yeah. My wife's a Raiders fan.
You need a harmonious household.
Yeah. My wife gets fired up over sports too, boy.
Yeah.
She gets fired up. Jeez. Take cover because she loves sports. I'm lucky. I hear guys at work. Guys are like, man, I was trying to watch the game. My wife's like, oh my God, this again. And, you're thinking, oh, the Dodgers are on a 4-game series and, I want to watch the game. I had to sneak in the garage, man. Yeah. I can be doing something and the game's not on. It's like barely 2 minutes in and she's like, how come you don't have the game on? Why is the game not on?
That's my wife. I made my wife a sports nut.
Yeah.
So when she gets ticked off, she actually gets mad at me. She goes, you did this to me.
Yeah.
I was watching novelas before.
Yeah.
Before you got me watching Yankees and Giants. And...
Yeah. See, mine played sports and has been a sports nut all her damn life. So
my wife didn't play sports.
But, we're also sports nuts and we are also nuts for being up this late. So, but on that note, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No. For a better weekend for baseball.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good one.
I think your team's going to be fine.
Yeah, we play the Texas Rangers. Rangers.
Yeah.
They're looking good.
On paper, it's like, Dodgers should wipe the floor with them. But you never know. Baseball's weird.
No, the Rangers are actually really good, man. They're
What's
not
their record,
a
real quick?
crappy team. They are 7-5. They are third in the American League total.
Who's leading that division?
No, I'm talking about. I see. I don't look at the division. I look at the overall.
I want to go.
It
See
goes Yankees, Guardians, Rangers. That's how I'm looking at it.
I'm just curious to see how that. Real quick before we go.
They are 7-5. The Astros.
They leading the league.
Huh? No.
Wow. The AL West is horrible.
Yeah. So.
AL West is horrible. Right?
But on that note, everybody have a good one. Everybody be safe. Follow, like, subscribe. Let us know in the comments your thoughts. You like us, you don't. Bring it on. We love it. And everybody have a good one.
Talk to you next time.
All
Peace.
Right. Later.